Welcome to Rakuten. We hope you enjoy this video presentation of Rakuten's consolidated financial results for the second quarter of 2015. First, we would like to highlight one of the key themes of our current global strategy: connecting the dots. Rakuten has a uniquely differentiated global strategy with a unique ecosystem and a unique loyalty rewards program called Rakuten Super Points. From now, we aim to focus on creating synergies between the three core pillars of our business: Internet services, Internet finance, and digital contents, together with our newly acquired companies such as Viber, Ebates, and Overdrive. Rakuten will be changing its working style from now. Our new headquarters, Rakuten Crimson House in Futako Tamagawa, will be the model for all of our overseas offices. Crimson House West in San Mateo, California in the U.S. is the first to replicate many of the Crimson House headquarters features. By gathering staff from many cities in the U.S. to our Crimson House West office, synergies between our businesses should become much stronger, and we expect the speed of innovation to accelerate rapidly to allow us to effectively pursue our strategy of connecting the dots. Rakuten Innovation. We have a number of businesses in our Rakuten Innovation Lab, which are now taking off in Japan. Rakuten SmartPay, a leader in Japan in credit card transaction services for use on smartphones, has seen consistent strong growth in numbers of merchants signing up for the service and consequently rapid growth in GMS. Rakuma, a C2C mobile-based marketplace which started in November 2014, saw GMS in June jumping by 43% month-on-month. Super Point Screen, where members can earn Rakuten Super Points by sliding the advertisement displayed on their lock screen, was launched on July 13th with fantastic uptake in the first few weeks. Let's move on to our financial results. Here are the highlights of the second quarter. We delivered another solid quarter of growth with non-GAAP operating income up over 28% year-on-year. Internet Finance segment operating income growth of 73.5% year-on-year was the highest quarterly growth rate for 2 years. In addition, we executed a global offering of new shares, which aims to strengthen our financial base and prepare for long-term growth. We sincerely thank the shareholders who participated in this offering, and we will aim to increase shareholders' value. Second quarter revenue grew 25.2% year-on-year to 173.2 billion yen, and non-GAAP operating income jumped up 28.3% year-on-year to 30.9 billion yen. Looking at the details by segment, Rakuten Ichiba and Travel saw better year-on-year growth rates in the second quarter over the first quarter, thanks to an ongoing recovery trend in consumer spending. Other internet services showed a 1 billion yen year-on-year shrinkage in operating losses. Internet finance operating income soared 73.5% year-on-year. The other segment saw a 1.1 billion yen loss in the second quarter of 2015, following aggressive marketing for Rakuten Mobile in Japan and ongoing investments at Viber. Here is a slide showing reconciliation between IFRS operating income and non-GAAP operating income. Amortization of intangible assets and stock-based compensation grew year-on-year due to recent acquisitions, whilst we had 1.2 billion yen other one-off items related to our head office moving to our new building in Futako Tamagawa. At other internet services, we cut operating losses by 1 billion yen  mostly thanks again to strict cost control at Kobo. Total domestic gross transaction value hit nearly 1.9 trillion yen, up 24.2% year-on-year. This is double the year-on-year growth rate achieved in the first quarter, led by Rakuten Travel, Rakuten Card, and an improvement in domestic e-commerce. Moving on to Internet Finance. Rakuten Card revenue grew by 20.2% year-on-year, and operating income jumped by 46.9% year-on-year to 6.2 billion yen. The operating income margin at Rakuten Card was 21.7%, which is a 4 percentage point improvement year-on-year. We are excited to announce that this was the first quarter in Rakuten Card's history for shopping transaction value to surpass 1 trillion yen. This was even bigger than the whole year of fiscal 2010. 1 trillion yen in the second quarter was up 23.8% year-on-year, whilst revolving balances grew by 21.8% year-on-year to 295 billion yen. Rakuten Card started a new service.
Rakuten Cardman OL ピンクカードバージョンポイント戦隊 Rakuten Cardmans!
Rakuten Pink Card was launched on May 19th, and the promotion featured Rakuten Cardman OL. The Rakuten Pink Card, like the Rakuten Card, has no annual membership fee and offers the same high Rakuten Super Points reward rate for women who want a card which they can customize with services like life insurance for women and beauty salons for an additional monthly fee to suit their changing lifestyles. Rakuten Bank was also a strong performer, with revenue up 23.3% year-on-year, and operating income jumping by 75.9% year-on-year due to the ongoing top-line growth and successful cost controls. Rakuten Bank's core net business profit, which shows profit generation ability from its main bank businesses, also showed solid growth. Rakuten Bank's super loan receivables and loan customers continue to show healthy advances, both rising by over 20% year-on-year. Customer accounts at Rakuten Bank surpassed 5 million accounts, the first Japanese internet bank to hit 5 million. Rakuten Bank deposits also steadily increased by 26.6% year-on-year to over 1.3 trillion yen. At Rakuten Securities, revenue grew by 39.6% year-on-year and operating income by 63.7% year-on-year. Rakuten Securities investment trust asset balance grew by 32% year-on-year to 524.4 billion yen. Rakuten Securities investment trust sales grew by 51.7% year-on-year to 113.5 billion yen. Foreign exchange trading value also remained healthy in the second quarter of 2015, up 3.7 times year-on-year. Rakuten Securities stock brokerage trading value was up 29.2% year-on-year to 12.8 trillion yen. At Rakuten Life Insurance, revenue was flat year-on-year and non-GAAP operating income was 432 million yen. And the number of policies and annualized insurance premiums also continue to see good advances. Let's move on to our domestic internet services. In an effort to expand our offerings to our users, we have pursued an open strategy in Japan through initiatives such as Rakuten Super Deal, Online to Offline or O2O, and Rakuten Checkout. Rakuten Super Deal has enabled national brands to promote goods on the marketplace without necessarily having to become a Rakuten merchant. Our Point card has enabled members to redeem their points earned online at offline shops and vice versa. And Rakuten Checkout has enabled members to use their Rakuten ID to pay for their non-Rakuten online shopping at stores like Muji and Land's End. A specific example of where we have enhanced our O2O promotions were the Special Point campaign with Our Point card utilization during the recent May 30th to June 4th super sale. We also connected the Eddy app with the Our Point card service. In early August, we held the Rakuten Festival 2015. This was our first ever large-scale offline event with merchants. We believe this is a unique groundbreaking event and the first held by an e-commerce company in Japan. Let's watch a video about Rakuten Festival 2015. This event was held for 5 days over August 1st to August 5th. The location was Tokyo Big Sight, a huge convention center near Tokyo Bay. Rakuten Festival 2015 was a fun and exciting shopping festival, true to our motto of shopping is entertainment, where visitors could actually see, taste, and try goods from about 300 Ichiba merchants who joined the event. The event was a great success, and the number of visitors were double what we had originally planned for.
ウェブだとやっぱり全くただのネット上のやり取りだけなんですけど、実際に普段利用しているお店がこういう方がやられてるんだなっていうのが分かって、すごいいいイベントですよね。
今回ウェブ以外で初めてなので、お客様とのコミュニケーションが生で取れる、実際ここの店舗でご購入いただいたお客様とはもう本当私涙出るぐらい嬉しくて、すごいリアルっていいなと思いました。
In July, we announced a collaboration with Yamato Holdings for increased convenience of consumers who will be able to pick up orders at over 20,000 convenience stores and 4,000 Yamato sales offices. For merchants, they get access to improved operational efficiencies offered by Yamato. Now, e-commerce users can also choose pickup points from Rakuten Box, postal offices, convenience stores, Yamato outlets, in addition to their own houses. Moving on to the results of domestic e-commerce. GMS grew by 17.2% year-on-year, recovering from the previous year, which was affected by consumption tax increase. Ichiba revenue was up 8.4% year-on-year, on an adjusted basis to 38 billion yen, and operating income up 5.1% year-on-year to 19.7 billion yen. Quarterly unique buyers on Ichiba grew by 5.9% year-on-year to 15.5 million buyers. In the second quarter, 48.5% of all GMS of Ichiba was transacted on a smart device. This is one of the highest mobile ratios amongst global e-commerce companies and is helping us to accelerate our growth rates in e-commerce. Looking at our distribution of merchant plans, the proportion of larger sales-size merchants signing up for our Mega and Standard plans continues to rise. Merchant numbers increased in the last few quarters, and GMS per merchant is steadily rising, backed by our e-commerce consultants who have strong relationships with merchants dedicated to working with our merchants towards sustained growth. At Rakuten Travel, gross booking transaction value grew by 24.8% year-on-year, thanks to strong domestic accommodation bookings, rent-a-car, and inbound business. The quarterly bookings for summer vacations and Silver Week were strong and hit a record high. Rakuten travel revenue grew by 13.9% year-on-year, and operating income jumped by 21% year-on-year on an adjusted basis, boosted by effective marketing activities. In July, we announced the acquisition of Voyagen, an online travel site which helps travelers discover and book unique travel experiences from its C2C marketplace. Let's look at our overseas e-commerce. We continue to pursue a number of next-generation e-commerce initiatives globally. Our key projects for overseas e-commerce will continue to be expanding the Ebates model and developing cross-border transactions. Ebates GMS grew by 48.8% year-on-year in the second quarter, continuing its rapid rates of growth. Ichiba merchants in Japan are also expanding their sales to overseas buyers on our Rakuten Global Marketplace, with such cross-border trading up 55% year-on-year, with especially strong growth to China, the US, and Hong Kong. Ichiba total GMS sold to consumers in China grew by 66.8% year-on-year in the second quarter. We started a strategic alliance with SF Express, a Chinese delivery services company, to expand our options for multiple delivery channels in China to realize lower delivery costs. Moving on to digital content. Rakuten Kobo registered users grew by 17.9% year-on-year to 24.6 million users. At Overdrive, the number of total checkouts in the second quarter grew by 23.3% year-on-year. From the beginning of consolidation, Overdrive contributed to profit growth of the group. Viki monthly active users were up 24% year-on-year to 39.5 million. Viki watch time was up 34.9% year-on-year, a higher growth rate than MAU, indicating higher utilization per user, which again shows high potential for advertising and other revenue sources. Moving on to our others segment. Viber unique IDs surpassed 600 million as of the end of June. Viber's MAU continues to grow, up over 40% year-on-year in the month of June 2015. Viber continues to be highly valued by the user base, with ongoing strong ratings on App Annie. Rakuten Mobile also continued to expand its MVNO lineup and services during the quarter with aggressive marketing measures. The first TV advertising for Rakuten Mobile started in June, featuring Keisuke Honda, a famous soccer player. This is a chart showing monthly growth of Rakuten Card applications in the first few months of its launch, and comparing it to the growth of Rakuten Mobile applications since its launch. The uptake of Rakuten Mobile has been even greater than Rakuten Card, which we believe may indicate significant potential of Rakuten to be a leader in the mobile phone industry in the future, just as Rakuten Card is also aiming to become the #1 credit card in Japan. Finally, a quick word about our global offering. We would like to express our gratitude to the investment community for their strong interest in this offering, which closed on June 30th. The proceeds of 182 billion yen will be used to strengthen our financial base and provide flexibility for sustainable growth over the next decade. From now, Rakuten intends to focus on connecting the dots between all of our group businesses to maximize synergies and long-term shareholder value. That concludes this video presentation of Rakuten's second quarter 2015 consolidated financial results. We do appreciate your interest in Rakuten.